Welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today we're in Wasteland 3 doing another build guide. So we're doing an advanced build guide. This is for an explosive expert in particular. Now explosive isn't really its own skill line in this. Well, I mean it is its own skill line, but it's not its own primary weapon. And so I'm teaming it up with small arms. So like pistols, shotguns. I'm actually doing a pistol on this character, however. For the background, I'm going to be taking Exploder Maniac, which is a good little background for what we're using it for. You get an extra 15% on explosive damage. Fair point to make that this build would actually go pretty well with a flamethrower build as well. I think there's some synergies here that could work really, really well together. So we've gone for high coordination. Now, just like the sniper rifles and the big guns, you're not really going to get two shots off with your rocket launcher. You're just not, unless you do some saving of points. So we have gone for maximum coordination. In the end, obviously, having the extra AP is always good. We have got extra luck as well. Well, not extra luck, but we've got a little bit of luck. Just enough to help us out with the critical chance, really. And then we have got some awareness. If you want to take out of luck, you could put that in awareness or maybe even in strength. We have got just enough strength to survive and actually get some hits on. We haven't put any points into speed. And then we have got maximum intelligence. That pretty much is for the 25% critical chance and the 1.1 crit damage too. I think these really help, and the extra skill points don't hurt, do they? Charisma, we have left the same, just on 2 points. So into the skills. So explosives we have got to max. The last perk you get with explosive is really helpful. It's a very good one. So we have got that max. You want to try and get that max as soon as possible. The small arms, we have gone for 6 on this one. Sorry, 7 on this one. 7 gets us a quick draw, which is something that we want. And we have also got 6 on survival. We've got the 1 on first aid and the 1 on animal whisperer. I've spoken about them many, many times, but like I said, even on the late builds, I think they really, really help. And that is it. Now, we could put some points. We've got like 24 points left, so you can put them on pretty much anything you want. If you was going to do the flamethrower build, toaster repair would be a good way to go, because you can get the extra fire resistance. Of course, you could do mechanic. I think mechanic could work quite well as well. I'm going to do the basic in mechanic and get level 3 just for the extra structural awareness. I think any damage buffs in this game are always good. I think some of them really, really help out. And for quirks, there are a few here that could really, really help. But for me, it's going to be Pyromaniac. Now, Pyromaniac is a good one. It buffs our flame damage and our explosive damage. It does mean that we have a 15% chance to catch on fire, which could be slightly problematic, but really I think it's going to be okay, and the buff is definitely worth it. Of course, this is where that if you had toaster repair, you could have that perk that gives you the buff against flame damage, but like I said, we probably don't need it for what we're doing. It's probably not going to be worth the points unless you needed a toaster repairman in your team, in which case, why not? Anyway, but like I said, that would work really well with a flame. So what we've got with the setup, we have got the Nuka Zuka, which is the most powerful weapon in the game. It is obviously explosives. That's why his explosive is so high. That's why those damage readouts look so good. And this is the javelin. As you can see, the comparison between them, there is no compare really. Is the tactical nukes are definitely better than the rockets, but rockets is still a really good option. There's lots of different types of rocket launchers in the game. The javelin is my favorite at the moment. We have also got the frag grenade, because that would also get buffed with the explosions. We have got the Spectrum assault helmet, which helps us out with the 12% critical chance. We're trying to get those crits when we use this. Obviously, we're using for big numbers. And then we've got the assault armor as well for the 15 points on armor. The initiative don't really help too much, nor does the detection time. We have got the composite legs on, and I've given him the Star of Bravery. Now, the Star of Bravery, really, I'm looking for the extra crit chance, but it also has an extra AP action point, which obviously is really helpful. If you're not going to use this, there are other ones you could use instead. But if you don't have the star, maybe let me know in the comments and I could do a video about how to actually get this star, because it's pretty good. Now remember, we didn't have the 8 points on strength, so we can't use the power armor, which is why I've shown you what I've put on him instead. For the first perk, we're going to have Healthy, followed by Harden. These two are a staple in my opinion. You kind of need them. They're really helpful. And after that, we are going to have Quick Draw. Now, I don't really like many of the others when it comes to the pistols on the small arms, but Quick Draw I think is really useful and something to look at. I definitely think that it's one that you have to get if you're going to go small arms. Anyway, I think the small arm perk line definitely suits the shotguns better. So we've gone for emergency response. People get downed in your game all the time, especially on the harder difficulties, so there is no reason everyone shouldn't have emergency response. Structural awareness gives us an extra damage boost to robots and to vehicles. We already have 9% on that, so that puts us up to 29%. And like I said, it's the buffs in this game that really help give us the big numbers when we're attacking. Big Game Hunter gives us an extra 20% buff to animals and mutants. We're actually on 18% at the moment, so that puts us up to 38%. Again, I think this is a really good one not to have. I've started actually using it in all of my builds. Again, like I said, I like going for the buffs at the moment. I really feel like late game especially, they are so helpful. And here is the perk I was talking about if you choose to go for a flamethrower build. For this character instead. Of course, we didn't do that. We went for small arms instead, because I think that sometimes if you're going to launch that rocket launcher, we have got the 3 AP left where we can get a shot on our gun as well. Whereas if we had the flamethrower, we probably wouldn't be able to do that. So we're going to look at all of these perks. Now, Duck and Cover is a very good perk. Mainly it's the fire resistance. Remember, we've got a 15% chance to set on fire anyway. The first two, the Minesweeper and Bomb Recovery, I don't normally use them so much, but the Mortar Blast is a really good one to have. It costs 7 AP, so you know it's quite expensive. It's only 1 more expensive than you would normally use, but it's one that I quite like. High Impact and Blast Radius are passive abilities, and they are a must when you go to the explosive tree. Again, Blast Radius is one that I definitely like, and it is my go-to perk when it comes to explosives, and one that I want to try and get as soon as possible. And that is pretty much it. That's all the perks that I'm using. I've got a perk point left over, so you can play with this build a little bit. Like I said, you don't have to go for Toaster Repair, so there are a lot more skill points to put on things that you want to use him for. If you've enjoyed this video, maybe think about hitting the like button. Give me your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe think about doing that too. I've been a Monk and we've been a Critically Clueless. And I'll see you again for the next video, guys. I hope this has helped. Remember, this is an advanced guide. This is end game kind of build. It's not the beginning, not how I would start out. But I hope it's been helpful. Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you again soon, guys.